man, to like 93, 94. My first trip to the city. Yeah, this shit take me back, man, to like 93, 94. My first trip to the city. Everything was in motion, man. No matter everywhere you look, just a constant state of motion. Locomotive coming through, no brakes, respond, react to the obstacles of life. Must proceed and adapt. Ancient folk left a map, and most won't follow that. Too enamored by material things, caught in a trap. Got a slap box with life if you trying to thrive. If you want the minimum, then you stick with that 9 to 5. Saw my spirit crucified, realized I died. Resurrected, make connections with the divine inside. Used to hide, now I rise and do my duty with pride. Spit the teachings of the masters to masses and let it rise. Still inside, collide with demons of all types. The Jedi and the Sith reside under my pride, so I find balance, moving forward without malice. Stand up to the challenge while I'm smoking my chalice. Mind like Alice, lost in this vast palace. Yeah. I'm traveling the universe at warp speed. Pause for a minute, cause I need to breathe. Traveling the universe at warp speed. I'm right on time. Pause for a second, cause I need to moving at warp speed. Gotta take a second to breathe. Know what's coming. Is you ready, my nigga? Oh yes indeed. Pay no heed to the lines that precede. Talking to me, let me get back to the subject of movement. Shall we proceed? Valleys, peaks, highs and lows are all part of the plan. Calm your senses, remain steady, become a ruler of man. Overstand, plan and move from where you land. Often lofty in our vision, so we stuck in the sand. Dial it back, look and see how you move from A to B. You learn as you go, you won't find what you don't see. Won't sow what you don't reap. Shit's plain as we can see. Elevation starts with me and liberation's what I seek. I ain't gonna take a seat until me and destiny meet among Ethiopian peaks. Rasta Shin and I can speak with the holy of holies peaks. Yeah. Had to pause for a second cause I need to breathe. Traveling the universe at warp speed. Pause for a minute cause I'm traveling the universe. I'm traveling the universe at warp speed. Pause for a second cause I'm traveling the universe. I'm traveling the universe at warp speed. Cause I pause for a minute cause I need to breathe. Traveling the universe at warp speed. Had to pause for a second cause I need to breathe. Pause for a minute cause I need to breathe.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for OG Bey Harris.
Appreciate it.
Dude, thank you for coming out today. We had to pause for a second because we needed to breathe.
Get it right.
We had to get it right, man. I'm glad we got the stream back up. One of these days it'll be on time. But you know what I mean.
All good.
We're missing Josh today. Josh, the producer, is on a vacation somewhere far away, and you know.
Hope you're having a good time, Josh.
Yeah, that's all.
We having fun here though.
But the good news is that we have you in the house today, man. Tell us a little bit about the song we just heard, Locomotion.
Locomotion. So I wrote that song March 2020, like right when COVID hit. You know, got laid off and everything. Everybody trying to figure out what's next, how I'm gonna move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I got this thing where I always like to tell all my family, keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, the obstacles come. Hiccups come, all that type of stuff. You just got to keep it moving. So.
Just like today with the show.
Yes,
absolutely. We just kept it moving.
Just keep it moving.
And we got it right. That's a good mentality to have, you know, because if you get caught up on like bad situations, or if you get caught up on like what somebody said and you try to like interpret it like, did they mean it like this or that? Just, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Just keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
You know, keep it positive. Keep it moving.
Exactly.
You know, when I listen to your music, it makes me feel positive.
Yeah, that's what's up.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate it.
And there's a message within the music. It's not just like popping pills, popping pussy, popping caps. It's not that kind of stuff at all.
Right.
It's very artistic, and the beats are insanely good.
Thank you.
Like, it sounds like every beat, like you're like Do you make your beats?
No. So I deal with I got 3 producers. There's the Dama, there's Mercenary, and then there's Tony Choppa. So
Shout out.
yeah, Tony Choppa is the 7 Samurai. His work.
You're getting ahead of me. I was gonna ask about.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Okay.
If you want to talk about Seventh Samurai, because we were talking before the show about how when I first heard about you, I downloaded everything. I was
Right.
like, let me hear it all.
Right.
And I started at the beginning. And I started listening to your first stuff you've put out all the way up to now. And more recently, you've got 2 Seventh Samurai albums out. Can you talk a little bit about the Seventh Samurai stuff? Since you brought it up, I'm gonna go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. 7 Samurai is it's myself and Tony Choppa. It's his kid, and he's up at that. I believe he's in Massachusetts or something. But anyway, he reached out to me with this crazy got these crazy ideas. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I want to do a trilogy of albums. With these characters and all these things, and so he started sending me different beats, and we just kind of really clicked. It was again during 2020 during COVID. I wrote the first 7 Samurai album and The Void at the same time. So the one
That's
was
a lot.
yeah, but the 7 Samurai was the positive upbeat stuff, and The Void was oh god, you know what I'm saying, all the dark stuff. So it was but like I said, me and Tony, we got a lot of music together, tons of music together. He's always OG, you gotta release more. I'm like, I know, but it'll be in time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, we got a lot of work together.
I don't know if you remember, Kody, but if you listen back to our first season, I talked a lot about how there's going to be this explosion of art.
Yeah.
When COVID finally, when we finally started getting back out.
He did say that.
I said it a lot, and I was so right. I mean, you've written 2 albums. You've probably got more that's not released.
Right.
Are you now a full-time artist?
Yes, I'm a full-time. So it's crazy. I made that decision right before COVID hit. It was crazy. The job was coming by. Things were slowing down, and they're giving packages away, and I'm like, I think now is the time to, get out here and do this music thing. You know what I'm saying? I got a team with me, Remount Classics. We all moved together. Yeah, shout out the family, absolutely. And I felt like that was the time. And little did I know that when I decided to make that decision, the whole world was going to stop. You know what I'm saying? So it was was this the right thing to do? You know what I mean?
We can relate, man. Right. As soon as we were gonna open, the world was like, nah.
Yeah.
You ain't doing nothing.
Right. Yeah. And but it was crazy because at that time, nobody was streaming me. Nobody was listening to my music. I think I had 5 monthly listeners. And when I, started working with the Dama and we did those first albums, I think we did The Way first. And then The Void, because people had nowhere to go, because COVID, you know what I mean? The 7 Samurai album came out, the streams went crazy, you know what I mean? People were listening and followers went up, the kind of profile. It makes you, even though it's not tangible assets, it just gives you kind of people are listening, people checking your art. Yeah. So, and
that's got to make you feel good.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's like us trying to build an audience and showcase local great artists like yourself.
Appreciate it.
That's what we strive for. It's
encouraging. It makes you feel like you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
When people jump behind it.
It really does, man.
Right.
Yeah. And I gotta say, rightfully so with your music. Before I forget to say it, I just want to be on record. The type of hip hop music you make is my favorite type of hip hop.
I appreciate that.
You can put on, and I've listened to all of his albums.
Right.
You can put any of them on and just vibe. You don't need to skip around. You can shuffle them if you want.
Man. Thank you.
It's good. It's positive, uplifting, and you address some very dark, serious stuff, and you have this ability to do it in a way that doesn't make you feel depressed when you hear it.
Right.
That's a very unique talent.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I gotta piggyback off of that and give you some props for your lyricism, like he was saying, and the inflection in your voice and like the way you rhyme certain words. I wrote a question a couple days ago listening to some of the stuff that you have, and one in particular, in the song "The Maiden of the Shrine," on the Seven Samurai,
Alone in Kyoto.
You rhyme the word aura with tomorrow. and for those of you listening, watching, listening, whatever, here's the line. I can see a slight gaze of heaven in your aura. Let's just conversate tonight and see what is tomorrow.
Right.
You know, like putting that like
Yeah, you gotta put it. You gotta make it rhyme if it don't rhyme.
Big words.
Yeah,
you gotta. Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. To think of that, like, okay, aura. Where am I gonna go from here? Tomorrow. That's pretty genius, man. To me, you know.
Appreciate that, man.
It blew my mind.
I appreciate it, man.
Is a lot of what you write? Are you writing with a pen and paper?
Yeah, I write with pen and paper. But it's most of it's inspired. Like I can't just write if someone tells me to write a song, or like, okay, so my brother Mert's son, like he'll tell you he's gonna make an album. It's gonna be about this. These are the beats that he's picked out for the album. I can't do any. That has like when I hear the music, it has to move me, and the words just come. You know what I'm saying? When I move. So
is it always music before lyrics, or is there ever lyrics that you take to a beat?
Nah, it's always the music first because I listen to what the music is asking of me. I guess you know what I'm saying. What it's touching on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why the producers got to be like I get tons of producers throwing me beats and stuff, and I'm just
different styles.
Yeah, and I'm just like, if it doesn't, no matter what style it is, if it doesn't hit me, then I can't really do nothing with it. You know what I mean?
That
no
makes
offense,
sense.
you know what I'm saying? I just can't. I can't force anything.
Yeah, the art can't be forced because then it's going to be noticeable that it was forced.
Right, absolutely. Even if they don't notice, I know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it, like, the reason why earlier I asked about your beats is because every one of them sounds like crate digging and like getting some samples off some old school gold.
That's exactly what's going on.
That's what it sounds like.
That's exactly what's going on. These guys, like, they're all geniuses, all three of them in their own, like, they definitely dig through the crates. Some of it, the Dama stuff, he's got, I mean, Tony, both of them, they got live instruments. They're playing guitars, keys, you know what I mean? They're really.
I was going to ask where the jazz comes from.
Yeah.
There's a lot of jazz in music.
Yeah.
Tons of jazz.
Yeah, I love jazz. So,
dude,
it's got to be in there.
It's Michael and I were talking because we were both super stoked and still are stoked for this episode.
Right.
And we were talking, and I was asking him on the phone. I was like, "Man, how would you genre OG Bey Harris?" Because like I don't know how to genre this guy, man.
Yeah, I don't either. I think we're working on like hip hop soul or something like that.
Yeah,
like hip hop for the soul, or we're trying to figure that out too.
Like a tagline.
Yeah.
Hip hop for the soul is a good description.
That's even a good album name, honestly.
That is
maybe we'll see.
Honestly, bro, it is.
How old were you when you first started rapping? Like, is this a skill you had to develop, work hard on?
Yeah.
Did it come naturally?
It came naturally. I didn't know it though. I didn't know I had it because I just didn't know it. When I was younger, I joined the Air Force for like 9 months. So, and
enough said.
Yeah, but while I was in there, me and these guys, we would just get together and play beats and stuff and freestyle. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know I was good. We would come up with these things, and I'd be like, wow, that's amazing how I just said that, So we started recording it and playing it on tapes, and we would play them around the dorms and things, and people would always like get excited when my verse came on. So I'd be like, wow,
maybe there's something there.
Yeah, maybe there's something there. I don't know what that is, and then just from there, like, just kept cultivating it throughout life. You go through life ups and downs and all that, but I never kind of went too far away from the music because it really, like, hip hop is like my savior. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, that raises a question then. What do you like?
What do you mean, musically?
Musically.
Okay. Crazy. I like to listen to. You guys ever listen to the Gaston College radio station?
Not in a while.
No, I mean
I
we
used to.
have.
I mean, they play everything on there. You know what I mean? So if I'm in my truck, I'm listening to that. If I'm at home, I'm usually listening to jazz, classical music, hip hop. Like I listen to everything, man. I love music. You know what I'm saying? So
Who's your biggest hip hop influence?
I don't know if I have one, man. It's because they're so like you got Andre 3000.
I was gonna, and dude, I was talking to Michael before the show. I'm like, I'm hearing a lot of like old school Outkast in his.
definitely.
He did say that, but I was just gonna say I don't think you do sound like anybody else.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of hard to.
I appreciate
pinpoint
that,
it.
man.
That's true. I'm
Thank
not.
you.
That's a compliment.
Yeah,
by the
thank
way.
you. I take it as a compliment. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be anyone else. I'm really trying to be myself. But my early influences were like Outkast, some of Wu-Tang, Jay-Z, even some of the commercial artists.
I'm a big Biggie guy.
Yeah, I like Biggie too. You know what I'm saying? Like because they're like even you talking earlier about pussies and all that pussy popping and stuff. But
Oh yeah.
even those artists, sometimes if you dig deep enough, they'll have a song that's real. You know what I'm saying? Where they're going to talk
Well,
about.
there's a time and place for that stuff too.
Right.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I'm saying? And they're going to talk, and that's the stuff that I've always been like attracted to. Like, oh, he's talking about something here. You know what I'm saying? So I've always like just went looking for the jewels in the music. And so, unfortunately, now that's all I know how to write. You know what I'm saying?
No, man. I think that's great, man. You know, because most of your current like on the radio or popular like stuff that's blowing up on TikTok is just like the lyrics in those the current stuff is
it's really good production.
It's good production, but I mean, it's money and other just not deep subjects,
no,
man.
It's not.
That's what I told Kody when you were coming on. I was like, you gotta listen to it. I tell him that about everybody. You gotta go listen. But specifically with you, I was like, dude, it's like he's not talking about jewelry and bitches and this and that.
Right.
And we talked a little bit about that before the show about how that's what I appreciate about your music.
No doubt.
Have you had the opportunity to get outside of the Charlotte market to perform shows? Like, have you had a lot, or how often do you get to perform?
Yeah.
So this year, we've been performing nonstop since like June, I think. I think we had a show at the No Doubt Brewery, Juneteenth, actually. That was the first.
Hey, that's great.
You know what I'm saying? Big show of the year. And it just from there, we've been going nonstop. So outside of the market, no, we had a show in Ohio this year, but it got canceled. You know what I'm saying? So that was going to be our first. But I want to get out like to, Asheville, Greenville, Greensboro, you know what I mean? But I still, like everybody's telling me to get out of Charlotte, get out of this area, you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily agree with that yet. I feel like you can create something here and then branch out, you know what I'm saying? So we're still working that out and, seeing how that's going to go.
I think people are giving you that advice because that's how you grow an audience base.
Yeah.
And it's not bad advice.
Right.
And I hear what you're saying too. You're nurturing something. You planted some seeds and you're watering those seeds and, you're letting them grow. And that is also the right way to do it.
Right.
But if an opportunity presents itself, you don't want to turn it down.
Definitely no, not at all. Not at all.
Do you have like a dream venue though? With that being said,
Nah, I just got like so I'm always talking about Paris, right? I'm always like speaking like we're going to Paris with this shit, but Paris is like I'm gonna get to Paris and be like this is nothing, you know what I'm saying? I know that. So Paris is just like a metaphor for, you know what I'm saying, traveling the world. And I'm not having to spend my money doing it. I'm getting paid to travel, you know what I'm saying, and go new places and see new things and share my art with new people, you know what I'm saying. So that's just really kind of my vision for it all. It's just to live, like, you know what I'm saying. Everything in my life is maturing. My kids are getting older. Like all these things I can't hold on to. I'm gotta go create my life. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
It's awesome.
How old? I'm sorry. You said you had kids. How old are your kids?
They're old. So my oldest son is 20.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
You look 20.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
It really does.
My daughter's 17 and 15. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, I'll be honest. You gave me an opportunity to bring it up that your wife's also an artist.
Yes, absolutely.
And I used your words there just to crowbar this in, because when I started looking into you, I saw that your wife was also an artist. I started following her on Instagram as well.
That doesn't sound stalkery at all.
No, it's not. I got you, bro.
Hey, if you're an artist in this area, I'm watching you.
Yeah, we got eyes.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but
well, I was just going to give you an opportunity to speak on that and how, I'm assuming that the two of you nurture each other's career choices and you're drawing energy from each other and making each other better at what you do.
Yeah, that's our whole relationship. That's kind of how we've always worked. Is we accept each other as who we are. We've known each other our whole lives, basically. So we know who we are. You know what I mean? And yeah, my wife, she's a vocalist. You know what I'm saying? Soon she's gonna be creating her own music and things. But she's into so much, man. She's like, we call her like the soul. You know what I'm saying? She's a herbalist. She grows all kind of herbs. She's also like a mentalist. You know what I'm saying? Like helping people get into their minds and figure out, what they want to be, who they want to be, how to, become themselves. Like she's my sound person. She's like my DJ when we're live. She's my backup. Like she does so much. You know what I'm saying? And
shout out to Honeyboo,
absolutely.
right?
Shout out to Seven. Yes.
man,
Indeed. Thank you.
I'm jealous, man. I'm married, but my wife has no interest in playing music,
Right.
and sometimes I try to get her in there because I'm no OG Bey Harris,
Right.
but I funk around on the keys a little bit.
Yeah.
And I've got a doll. I do some stuff, do some recordings just for fun.
Yeah.
And I've tried to get her in there, like,
Okay.
come give me some input with this music. And she's like, I have no idea what I'm doing in here.
No, she's actually raised. Her mother was like part of like a gospel group. You know what I'm saying? They were
That's
pretty
cool.
big deal back in the day. So she like seen like all of that, the traveling and the schedule, the money, all that stuff. So she like helps out. She's great with all of that. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, it's always good to have that support system, man.
yeah,
You know,
indeed.
that's really great. Are you on TikTok? Do you have
No,
TikTok?
man. I think I got one. But no, I'm not.
Does the label just do
on
it for
there.
you? Do they help you out?
We don't really.
with the socials.
No, I do. We do our own socials. I just don't really TikTok it, so I don't know TikTok. You know what I mean?
You sound like Michael.
Yeah.
It's
But it's TikTok.
it's
you
so
know what I mean?
foreign to me. Just like I've said it on the show before. I can't wait to not have to deal with social media.
Yeah, I say that myself. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like if we, I not to sound like Field of Dreams, but if we
Right.
build it, they will come kind of thing.
Yeah.
Once we get up and running,
Yeah.
I'm going to count on the young ones to do all that fun stuff, and I'll just sit back and make sure everything works.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm just asking because it's a huge platform, and there's different versions of TikTok because they use an algorithm to figure out shit you like,
Okay.
and they put it in your face when you're just mindlessly thumbing through videos.
Right.
And I'm on the side of TikTok that's like artists, and
Okay.
they're talking about their journey and stuff. And I've seen some artists go from from here to like touring,
Right.
and you're saying that you're getting into like touring and
Yeah.
doing more stuff and building the audience, planting the seed.
Right.
And I think it might be a good platform
I got you.
for you.
No taking. Thank you.
It would be good for us. We need to start one, honestly.
Go for it.
I've been thinking about this kind of stuff, man. Well, I know you mentioned you had kids. Do they watch TikToks? They show you TikToks sometimes.
yes.
Look at this.
Yes.
Look at this TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All the time.
I do that
Yeah.
to friends and family. Check out this TikTok.
Yeah.
What social platforms are you on?
Instagram, Facebook, those are the main two that I use, and more so Instagram, just because. I guess because it was when I first started, it was
the hot shit.
Yeah, it was hot, and it was anonymous. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Facebook was more like these people knew you, and at the time I wasn't really revealing who I really was and all that stuff. So I just kind of built up my Instagram, and then I was like, oh yeah, let me go do Facebook too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
If you don't mind, I'd like to dig in a little bit to the content of your music.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
You know, it seems like, specifically with The Void, I think it's pretty obvious that was born of the COVID and everything that was going on. And speak a little bit on the process of putting that together, how you chose to put the songs in the order you put it in. Because if you listen to the whole album, it does kind of take you on a little bit of a journey.
Yeah, it's a journey. So that was not just me working with Dama, you know what I'm saying? The first album we did was The Way, you know what I'm saying? And that was basically, we were like really getting to know each other, you know what I'm saying? He sent me some beats, I wrote over them, we created an album, came out, sounds good. Whereas The Void, you know what I'm saying? We were both kind of going through these same feelings and things, you know what I'm saying? So he'd be like, bro, I was like, I love it when like if you're producing something and you're like in tears that you made this music and you're in tears about it, like that to me, like I don't know, it's just when I hear it, it's like I can hear everything that you was going through or everything that you were putting into that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That production. And so me and him were like feeling a lot of the same ways, and like the songs that came out, like I was just like, I'm a lyricist, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really a song. I don't really construct song. Everybody's got fancy hooks and things like that. I don't really do that. I'm really I'm blah 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 blah.
Just pen to the paper.
Yeah, but The Void was like I actually made like full complete songs, and it was just a process, and just kind of like listening what goes where. You know what I'm saying? Well, I think by halfway in is when he was like, I think the name of this album should be The Void. And I'm like, yeah, why do you think that? He's like, it's just it's like, losing your way, like getting totally lost and then coming back from that, you know what I'm saying? And that's the way we constructed the album. Like it started off, kind of harsh, you know what I'm saying? And then towards the middle, it like gets deep, and then it gets a little fun. Like, yeah, I love that album, man.
I'm gonna have to listen to The Void because that was the one I listened to the Samurai
man.
Stuff.
Yeah, the Samurai Stuff is great too.
That stuff's fun a lot, but The Void does dig a little deep, and you take on a lot of issues that people are dealing with today. You know, I don't want to get too into the
no spoilers.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get into the minutia of social culture right now. But you're talking about it. You're talking about the same stuff that people are dealing with and battling. You're talking about the depression, the highs and the lows, the inner struggle, the white and the black, everything you're seeing when you flip on the TV or open your social media. It's all in that album.
Yeah.
Dude, now I really gotta listen.
It's fucking masterpiece, man. Yeah. Like it's a dissertation on today's social culture.
Right.
As it's kind of what I took away from it.
Yeah.
And it makes me proud to know that someone in my community makes
That's
something
awesome.
like that.
Thank
you know what I mean?
Bro. I appreciate that.
Yeah, if you haven't, go listen to The Void.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm just in awe because that's the one that I didn't listen to.
It's cool. The Seven Samurai stuff is fun too.
Yeah, Seven Samurai is like
different vibe.
Everyone loves that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I got to perform that all the time. You know what I'm saying? But The Void. Like if you really want to know like what I was thinking, what I was going through, what I was feeling, like that. I think that album. I listen to that album still and get chills from it. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, well, I'm excited, man.
Yeah,
I'm excited that I kind of waited so that you guys could tell me more about it.
We set him up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's a good place to start if you're going to check it out. But yeah, the Seven Samurai does have more, like I don't want to say party vibe, but kind of.
No, it's more upbeat. You know what I'm saying? It's good feel, good vibrations. You know what I'm saying?
That's my kind of music.
Yeah, I mean Tony's a genius. You know what I'm saying? He's really into like funk, and he's got his own. They got a band up there that he's a genius with what he does, you know. But like I say, for me, like I love that, and then I love the sad stuff too. You know what I'm saying? I love the blues. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude,
you gotta have the blues.
you
like,
gotta have the
you know,
blues,
so-
man. You can't have funk without the blues,
Right.
Really.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
you know,
So
I'm gonna listen to it right after the show, man. Whole album.
We'll play it in the garage when we're done here.
Yes, dude.
Have you had the opportunity to work with some other local artists? Is there anything out there that we can find you on with anybody else in the area?
Collabs.
yeah. Well, most of the Mert's son, my brother, he's from West Charlotte. He's still in Charlotte.
Oh, he's rough.
Yeah, well, no, not really. No, he's
West
freaking-
Charlotte.
Yeah, you would think, and then listen to him, man. He's all about the heart. You know what I'm saying? All about healing. You know, he's really emotion. He's really puts a lot of emotion into his music.
What's his name?
Mert's son. MYRTSSON. Yeah, yeah. He's on the Remount Classics as well, and other than him, no, not really. I'm very reclusive. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to
Collabs.
getting out here and dealing with people. Period. You know, I'm a reclusive, and it sucks at times because I know it holds me back. You know what I'm saying? From a lot of things I could be doing, but I just want to make sure I'm always moving the right way. So
Yeah.
I'm really selective. You know what I'm saying?
That's understandable though, man, because you do have that certain sound,
right?
And if somebody were to come in and try to like give artistic direction,
that
shit could go south.
Imagine bringing in a DMX type rapper to put the rap on any of these tracks.
What?
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it is, it's stuff you got to think about. If you're going to do collaborations, if you're going to work with other artists, you got to think about their style and how your style is going to match with theirs. We've all heard the disasters on the radio.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's a
good point.
It's a good point, man. Oh man.
But there are some local artists, you know what I'm saying, that I want to work with. But most of them are out of Charlotte as well. You got guys like Sirius B. There's a guy from actually in Gastonia, TQ What It Do. He's a younger guy, putting out great music. You know what I'm saying? And so there's people out there. You know what I'm saying? I just haven't really honed in on that. You know, I'm like I say, I'm so spontaneous when I write. So it's not like, I'm going to do a collaboration with this song, because that's not how songs come to me.
Yeah.
They just come when they come. My wife's seen me sometimes. We're like driving, and I'm like, hold on. We got to, pull over.
Write this
and I
down.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, what? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
When do you find, is there any certain like type of, like, is there any like time of day or certain thing that you're doing that gets you inspired? Do you meditate any or?
Yeah, I meditate a little. I do a little yoga. But you're gonna laugh. But actually, gardening, bro. Like,
no,
I'll tell you, my wife grows herbs and things.
Right.
And getting out there, like planting them seeds, like building the beds, and doing all the man work. Just got your circular saw and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like. That stuff, it kind of like, it gets my mind going. And then just watching the whole process is like a great metaphor for life. So, like that, I don't know. I guess that you can call that meditation. I like to be in the garden.
Yeah, that's definitely a form of meditation.
Yeah.
I dabble in meditation a little bit.
Okay.
I mainly listen to like Alan Watts stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's good stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Alan Watts chill step stuff. This is like got little snippets.
Yeah.
Alan Watts is a great dude.
Yes,
man.
he is.
Do you have any of those like motivational speakers or like folks?
No, man. I used to.
I mean, you like Mr. Watts.
Yeah, I like Alan Watts. There's a bunch of people I like Alan Watts. I can't think of. You heard of Earl Nightingale? It's a bunch of old school guys that I listen to.
Well, yeah, Alan Watts is like from the
he
20s,
is too.
30s.
He is too.
Like, he had that transatlantic accent. Like,
I don't get
into
mine. I don't listen to a lot of the newer stuff because everybody's just trying to tell you how to get rich. You know what I mean? And it's like,
buy my program.
I want to do that too, but there's a lot more to life than, you know what I'm saying?
There is a lot more to life than just money, man.
Yeah.
And I think that comes through in your music and the way that you get into your gardening meditation, man. It's like there's more to life. Check this out, man.
Right.
I'm growing fucking tomato.
No, I don't fuck with overalls.
Okay.
No.
All right.
But it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. You can fuck with overalls. No, it's cool.
I got a lot of different styles,
Do
man.
you, bro?
I really do. You know, the other week I was wearing like a neon windbreaker, like something you'd see on like Save from the Bell, and some white New Balances.
This dude does. Hold on. This dude does have a lot of different styles.
Yeah.
I mean, like if we were streaming the show for the first 2 seasons, he would
Totally different.
He'd show up with like a headband and his hair all up with like the old school Umbro type shorts, soccer shorts. And, and then the next day, or the next week, he'd show up, with, his button-up shirt on. Dude's got a lot of styles, man. He's a versatile person.
It's good
man.
to be versatile.
Yeah. He can,
Good.
like,
As long as you're being you.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
And I guess the thing about it is if I'm going to wear one piece of clothing, I'm going to buy everything else to match that like vibe.
Okay.
It's just whatever I'm feeling for that day.
I got you.
He's an entertainer, man. He really is. I mean, he's an actor. He's done acting work locally, and he just
local theater stuff.
He's
awesome.
eccentric.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I don't know. I just can't wait till we open because Michael wants to bring back the MC.
Right. That's beautiful.
It's just not around.
Right.
Yeah, one of the things I miss most about shows in like the 90s was how someone always would intro bands. There was always, an MC.
Yeah, somebody to get the crowd involved, talk.
Exactly. Nobody
segue.
does that. Like every time you go to a show now, it's the same process. You show up, you're kind of mingling, and the opener comes out, and everyone kind of stops and watches the opener. And then when the opener's done, everyone disperses. Go to the bar,
play music on the radio.
and we want
Right.
we want to put on a show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the show doesn't stop just because one band stops playing. Like you keep the show going.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
And it's important to me to get to know every single body that comes onto the show because once we do get open, I want to give all of our artists, yourself included, the best intro and experience for everybody that showed up that night. I want them to at the end of the night know a little bit about the artist, have a good time, but more importantly, stream the artists that are up here, man.
Right.
Support,
no doubt.
Create a community and create a music scene in Gastonia.
Yeah.
Where it at though?
I'm excited about that.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
What are you most excited about that? About
the music scene. I just feel like music has the ability to bring a lot of people together, man. And Gaston County, hell, America, period, is a fractured place. You know what I'm saying?
This is true.
Yeah, except for at work. You know what I'm saying? We all work together, but then it's like, okay.
Then after that, everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just feel like music is that bridge that, we're missing. Like, we need that place to get where different folk can come and enjoy different kinds of music.
I agree.
And have a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not just be at each other's necks about
whatever.
Yeah, right. The what I'm saying, the crisis of the day. So.
Exactly. Yeah, that's well said, man.
That's real.
That is real. That's good stuff. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
You're right. Your music is it's the one. Who do you know that hates music?
All right, I don't know anyone.
I don't know anybody.
I don't know anyone.
So we just like your music does. We want to bring people together through music, and it takes people like you doing what you do in this community. So I
like y'all as well. Appreciate what y'all doing,
man. Absolutely. For us, it's not about us. It's about everybody that comes to us to showcase their music because that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Tell everybody where they can find you on the internets.
You can find me. So I'm streaming everywhere, all the music platforms. Probably some stuff on SoundCloud, Bandcamp.
It's all on Bandcamp now, right?
Yeah, it's all on Bandcamp, except for the last 7 Samurai. I got to get that uploaded on there. But yeah, streaming everywhere. You can follow me. I guess probably want to follow my Instagram because that's where I kind of keep.
And what's that?
Updated. That's OG Bey Harris. That's OG BEY HARRIS. Follow Remount Classics if you would like. That's our group. That's REMOUNT CLASSICS.
Is that a reference to Remount Road or what?
Yes. So
Oh shit.
yeah, but not Gastonia Remount Road though.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No, it's actually Remount Road in West Charlotte. That's where we first started recording, me and my buddy Mert's son, back in 2010, 11. You know what I'm saying? In his mom's house. His mom was so cool, man. God bless her. So, like, we would be in her house, you know, recording music like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And she never tripped. Like, you know, maybe every now and then I'd say like bitch or something. She's like, "What do you say? Why are you calling women bitches?" I'm like, I'm not saying it like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was cool, man. So, you know, that's where Remount Classics comes from. So yeah,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Definitely make sure that you guys follow and listen to The Void, unlike me.
Listen to everything, whatever you want.
Listen to all of it, man. Listen to OG Bey Harris. Dude, thank you for coming on to the show.
Thank y'all for having me.
And to all of our viewers, if I don't see you, good evening, good afternoon, and good night.
Have a happy Halloween weekend, everybody.
Peace
Get
out,
spooky.
Tune in next week. We will be back on Thursday night next week with a new local artist to share with you.
That's right.
Any final thoughts?
Nah, this is great. I appreciate y'all, man.
Dude, thank you.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks again.